I'm Elizabeth Henson. Welcome to the Messy Success Podcast, where I'm helping creative dreamers and overachievers tackle business and life. After 6 years of being my own boss, I finally unraveled a tiny bit of what it takes to survive in this amazing world of being an overly creative entrepreneur. I'm your business bestie, here to help you with all those big ideas and to normalize some of the day-to-day struggles that we all share. My mission is simple. I want more women to make a living doing what they love and to feel good about themselves in the process. The best way to start? We can't do it alone. So welcome. I hope you'll hang out with me here where it's totally okay to be messy. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that next week is Thanksgiving. My mind is blown. How did that happen? Why is it here so early? I am excited because I love Thanksgiving and I love this time of year, but I feel like it's also coming at me really fast. Does anybody else feel like that? So today's episode is going to be very raw and behind the scenes. I just wanted to regroup and let you guys know that obviously I will not be here next Thursday for Thanksgiving. I will be returning the following Thursday with some really fun stuff that I'm going to tell you about. But last week I didn't have a podcast episode, but what I did is I went live in the Messy Squad. The Messy Squad is our Facebook group kind of just for the podcast listeners, supporters. You can come join us by going to elizabethhensonphotos.com/podcast, and you can sign up right there and get into the Messy Squad. You're going to want to go check out the Facebook Live. I talked about basically making friends online and how to take those friendships that are strictly Instagram or Facebook, kind of surface level, and how to maybe dig deeper and have that become more of a business friendship or even a real life friendship. But I think a lot of us are really great at making lots of connections. And then it's like, how do you get to that next step where there is a collaboration or, some type of teaming up on something relationship? So I really dug into that conversation. I think it's just really interesting to talk about that and how the overlap of, making connections online can transition into real life and vice versa. And I really think that a lot of the key component is the collaborations and finding people that you can swap information with or swap shout outs with or do a project like an online summit or an Instagram takeover. There's so many really fun ways that you can collaborate. But when you collaborate, you also have to dig a little deeper, and sometimes that results in friendship. Just like I've become really good friends with my website designer just from hiring her, and we love to dig deep and talk business. And then Jess, who you guys met in our social media happy hour episode, we collaborated on her summit and we ended up becoming friends. So really just finding ways to connect with people past just the simple Instagram or Facebook conversation. So that is on the Facebook Live that is in the Messy Squad. So if you missed that, go hop on over there and check it out, maybe while you're getting ready for Thanksgiving. So yes, I'm taking off Thursday, obviously it's a holiday, and I just need to regroup for a second and get my shit together. And what I mean by this is especially if you are in a service-based industry or the wedding industry that can be very feast or famine, busy or white space, there's just so much flex or flux or whatever the word is in how much our workload is. And I know in the fall, I know I'm not alone here, we get in maintenance mode where we're just maintaining and we're keeping our clients happy and we're doing the work that we need to do, the shoot, edit, deliver, and we're maintaining our business is rocking and rolling because we've got so much social media content. However, we're not able to have the white space that we need for the growth aspect. And that has been a huge game changer for me in the last year and a half now. I've talked about it on previous episodes, but making time to grow the business and not just being stuck in client work and giving yourself permission to do things that will grow your business, whether it's creating content on your blog or your podcast or guest blogging for somebody, or doing an educational opportunity. Those are all business growth things. But when we get stuck in maintenance mode and we're maintaining and we're just doing the client work, then we're not realizing that later we're going to have all this time has gone by and we haven't done any of those business building things. And we've got to keep the train moving, right? We've got to keep business growing, and we've got to keep doing things that will give us the results that we're striving for. So I found that for the first time in 2018, I did get a little bit stuck in maintenance mode. And that's what I mean when I say I just need to regroup and reorganize and end off the year in exactly the note that I want to, and really start off 2019 amazing, because I feel so ready. I feel like this has been such a good year. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to like tie up 2018 with a little bow and then turn the page to 2019, right? So if you're stuck in maintenance mode, just give yourself permission to take a step back and to focus on the growth, whether it's 1 hour a day. It was a huge thing for me to say, you know what? I don't have to edit today. I can give myself permission to work on this. That's exactly what I did to start this podcast. Thursdays are podcast day. And I will say, for the most part, I have really kept up with that and given myself the permission. I get messed up when we have Thanksgiving on a Thursday or whatever. I end up having, something come up on a Thursday. But for the most part, that day is blocked off for podcasting and not for client work. And I've still been able to keep up with everything. So give yourself permission to have a day, an hour, however much time you need. Give yourself that permission to do the business growth things. Big, small, it doesn't matter, but give yourself permission to do it. It's important. It's important. And I bet your clients will agree that it's important. And yes, we need to get the client work done, but it's a rabbit hole that we can get very stuck in if we're not careful. And all my stuff gets done on time. So it's not like I'm saying do this and then be really slow at delivery. You will surprise yourself, my friend. Okay. I also did some really fun polls in my Instagram yesterday. If you guys follow me over there, it's Elizabeth.Henson. And I'm just working on some promotional things, trying to get organized for 2019, like I said. And I love hosting workshops in person, online. I love all of it. One-on-one, groups. I really enjoy education in all different components. And I just wanted to kind of see where my audience stands with some of that. So I'm going to share the results with you. So my first question was, do you prefer workshops online or in person? I was actually really surprised that in person was 85%. So 85% of my audience prefers workshops in person. The reason that surprises me is because my online opportunities that I've done, like the Find Your Five Mastermind program, have sold slightly, I don't know if better is the right word, but they've sold really well in comparison to in-person workshops. My portrait workshops tend to do really well, especially if I do them in the winter instead of the summer. But I've definitely had some in-person workshops or events not do as well as I expected, whereas the online stuff did do well. So it was really interesting to hear from my audience that they actually do prefer the in-person. So I will be working on an in-person workshop. That was already in the back of my mind for January. Do you like to learn or be mentored in a group or one-on-one? This one was very split. 42% to 58% preferred one-on-one. That doesn't really surprise me. I think it's kind of a win-win. I do think learning in a group atmosphere takes a very good leader that knows how to be sure that everybody is seen and heard and knows how to introduce themselves and tell stories and entertain and really be able to manage groups of people well. I don't know that that's a skill that everyone has, but I think someone who has been a teacher or a coach will naturally know how to take a lot of people and get them to feel like they're learning individually, even though they are in a group. So that one was very split. That didn't surprise me. The next one was, are you more interested in photography education or business in general? This one was also interesting because the business in general took off really fast, but then they kind of evened out. So 42% prefer photography, 58% business in general. Now, my audience is very blended. I will say educationally, I probably have a lot of photographers that follow me, but there are some other creatives in the mix. So I was really just trying to feel out, should this workshop be just for photographers or for everyone? And of course, I'm still kind of stuck because that was pretty close results. So we'll see what I decide. Okay, the next one was, which topics interest you more? Making 2019 amazing or getting consistent and creating work that makes you stand out. These were also very split. And they're both topics that I love. So I can actually see myself probably doing something with both of these topics. A lot of people actually even DM'd me and said both. So that was good feedback too. The next one is, what is your ultimate goal? To be multi-passionate and have multiple revenue streams, or be great at one thing and have one big revenue stream? So when I started with photography, I obviously really only pictured myself with one big revenue stream, right? Well, then I started to realize that I was so passionate about all these other things. And now I'm very much a multi-passionate revenue stream type of person. So you know what I loved the most about doing these polls, and I want to encourage you to do some too, is that, Instagram can feel lonely and we can feel invisible sometimes, if people aren't participating or DMing or responding to our stories. We can be like, gosh, nobody's paying attention. But when you do the polls, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how many people participate in them. And to me, that was one of the biggest takeaways, was just seeing the amount of people that actually, clicked the button and participated in the polls. Was like, people are paying attention to me. They are out there. And that encourages me to want to keep showing up. So I promise, even if you don't think people are paying attention, they are, and you need to be heard and you need to show up for them, no matter what that looks like. Okay, so after Thanksgiving, I will be back and I will be talking about this week of promos that I'm going to do. So it's going to start on Black Friday. There's going to be some promotions, some giveaways, but really I'm just going to be taking 6 days to kind of talk about one thing at a time. And I chose 6 because I'm wrapping up my 6th year in business. So, for example, Black Friday, I'll be talking about the Creative Network. And I'll be doing this on social media, but if you're in the Messy Squad or you're on my newsletter list, you're not going to miss it. So I'll just be talking about one offer each day, and we'll have a special promo for that offer. And we're going to do it for 6 days. And there's going to be some giveaways tied in there, and it's going to be really fun. And I did ask on Instagram yesterday, I was like, I need a name for this, like the something, week, like not giveaway week, but not promo week. So I think I decided to call it the No FOMO Promo Week. Is that funny? I thought it was funny because you won't have FOMO as long as you participate in my promo. Okay, I'm not really into that rhyme. I'm not really that into rhyming, but I just thought it was funny. So it'll be funny whether it works or not. We shall see. But also, I am bringing on another Shine the Light challenge in December. Oh my gosh. I feel like the first Shine the Light challenge was right around the time I launched the podcast. And it was so great, you guys. So what this is, it's a pop-up Facebook group where I bring in guest speakers. I speak in there, and we really talk about how loving on other people and shining the light on others actually helps grow your business, because we all struggle from limited beliefs or comparison or thinking that somebody's competition, when really, if we can learn to shine the light on other people, it actually propels our business forward. So it's an entire week encouraging people to shout out others. It's a great way to collaborate and get your business in front of people. and meet people, because that's what it's all about. It's all about making that handshake and meeting people and getting the word out about what you do in a way that has other people talking about you. It is awesome. It's the Shine the Light Challenge, and it's going to be coming back in December. So make sure that you tune in and pay attention so that you don't miss it. You're going to want to hop in all the fun on that. And you can sign up for the newsletter at elizabethhensonphotos.com/education or elizabethhensonphotos.com/podcast, like I mentioned before. And I just can't wait for all the fun. I hope everybody has a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Please take some time off. Do some self-care. I don't know if you guys saw my Insta story, but I have been going to the spa once a month. Every month, I think since about February. And I just recently got on the essential oils bandwagon, you guys. Who am I? I am obsessed with Young Living, and it's kind of changing my life. It's definitely changing my skin. My skin is amazing ever since I started using oils. So anyway, I'm kind of geeking out on all that. I'm looking for my oily friends. Please message me if you love oils or if you are just interested in oils, because I just enjoy talking about it and learning what the different ones do. I've totally been spoiling my mom and giving my mom oils, and we've just been having such a good time. So have a great Thanksgiving. Diffuse something that smells yummy. Yep. If you have any good oil tips, I'd love to hear them, because it's brand new in my life. Oh, and I've still been going to the gym. I know I mentioned that quite a few episodes ago, but yep, I'm still going to Fit Body Bootcamp, and that's also amazing. So my 3 self-care things for 2018 have been going to the spa. I've been getting facials and massages, and Fit Body Bootcamp, getting my workouts in, even though they're only 30 minutes a day. It has been so huge for me. And my Young Living oils. Yes, 2018 has been good, y'all. All right, have a great holiday, and I will see you soon.